Hello and welcome back to this channel. Today we're going to be doing another LeetCode problem, and this problem is called Valid Anagram. And as always, you can find the link to this problem in the description below. So let's get started. First, we're going to read our problem, which says, given two strings s and t, return true if t is an anagram of s and false otherwise. So it also tells us what an anagram is. An anagram is a word or a phrase formed by rearranging the letters of a different word or phrase, typically using all the original letters exactly once. So we have an example here. S is equal to anagram and T is equal to anagram, but the words are rearranged. Then we have another example, rat and car, which is not an anagram because they have different, for example, R is not in T, but it's in S, so it's not an anagram. So there are different ways to solve this problem. What you need to realize is first that they have the same number of letters. If we look at example 1, if we count the number of A's, the number of N's, the number of G's, and the number of M's in the two strings S and T, we can realize that they are equal. So that is the concept we're going to be using to solve this problem. If the number of letters are equal, not just the number of letters, but the specific count of each letter is equal, then they're an anagram of each other. So in order to solve this, we could use a library. And this library is called the collections library. And from the collections library, we're going to be using the counter function. So to import that, we're going to say from collections import counter. So counter is the function that we're going to be using. What this counter function does is it takes different data types like strings and lists, and it gives us a counter, a dictionary that prints out a counter. That means if we pass anagram to it, it would give us the number of A's, the number of N's, the number of G's. It gives us that information in a dictionary format. So we're going to be creating two counters, one for S and one for T. So let's call the first one counter underscore S, and we're going to set it equal to counter, and in parentheses we're going to pass in S. So what this is going to return is the following. So it's going to give us a dictionary. So it's going to be a dictionary, and inside this dictionary we're going to have A is going to be one key. So it's going to be a string A, and it's going to give us an integer of how many A's there are. So in this case there are 2. It's also going to give us N, which is going to be 1. Actually, the number of A's in the word anagram is 3. So N is 1, A is 3, G is also 1. And finally, we're going to have M also equal to 1. So this is what we're going to get from the counter function. So it gives us the count of each letter. So what we're going to do is we're going to create two counters for both S and T, and we're going to compare them. And if they're equal, that means the words are an anagram of each other. If they're not equal, that means it is not an anagram. So we're going to create our second counter variable, which is going to be for T, and we're going to set it equal to counter T. And now we can just return the condition counter S underscore S is equals to counter underscore T. So this is going to either return true or false based on what S and T are. So if S and T are anagrams, this condition is going to evaluate to true and is going to return true. If they're not, it's going to return false. So now we can run our code and see if it works for the test cases. As you can see, it passes both test cases. So now we can submit our code. And our solution has been accepted. So there are many ways you can solve this specific problem. So as an exercise, you can try to solve this problem by using sorting. So you're going to sort both strings and you're going to compare them. So you can try that out and leave it in the comment below. Thank you for watching this video, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more programming videos.